Mr Speaker, my constituency question is to the Minister for Industry, Innovation and Science. Could the minister update the House on the actions that the Turnbull government is making to boost medical research and grow jobs on the Central Coast? What action is the government taking to support the Central Coast Medical School and Medical Research Institute and surrounding precinct in Gosford?
The Minister for Industry, Innovation and Science.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker, and I want to thank the member for Robertson. On the subject of delivery, as the Prime Minister was referring to, I was really thrilled to be able to meet with all of those associated with the new Central Coast Medical School and Medical Research Institute, for which the member for Robertson fought over a period of 3 years, which at the end of her first term she was able to deliver with a pledge of $32.5 million in the last election, and which we are now planning and working on so as it delivers places for students this term. And that means three things for the people of Robertson. Firstly, better health. Secondly, it means opportunities for the students. And thirdly, it means jobs. In particular, though, on the jobs front, and I want to acknowledge the member for Robertson's vision and role in this space, there's a first wave of jobs which will come from the construction of the medical school and the research institute. Plumbers and plasterers, building suppliers, people involved in the construction industry. Then, of course, there are 750 ongoing jobs which will come from the operation of the medical school, as it trains not just doctors but nurses and other health professionals on an ongoing basis. An incredible opportunity for people in the Central Coast to work and to be trained. Then, of course, what the member for Robertson was really looking for was to create something very special, and that's a third wave of jobs by establishing a medical precinct, a precinct of emerging businesses, of campuses for existing major firms in the health centre, in the health field, in the medical field. And so, in order to achieve that and this third wave of jobs, what we agreed to establish was a Medical Precinct Taskforce for the Central Coast. It's the first such task force to be established by this government, but we want to establish 39 equivalent task forces with all of Australia's public universities about creating jobs in the private sector, but building off the strength of our universities. The member for Robertson will chair this task force. She's committed to the first meeting being within 2 months and to preparing a plan to create that third wave of jobs within 6 months. In order to do that, she's bringing together the health services of the Central Coast. She's bringing together the University of Newcastle, which will be the operator of the medical school, and she's bringing together the community. And this compares with what we've heard today from an opposition which didn't deliver such a thing when they had 6 years in government, and right now they're talking about planned closures of industrial assets. In other words, we're creating jobs, they're destroying jobs, and that's all any of us need to know from today.
The minister's time.